Hi there, I'm Ali from Dragon Fitness Coaching and Healing, and I'm here today to tell you about 7 ways that you can feel better naturally and healthier every day of your life without drugs. Now, I've written a short ebook on this subject, and if you click the link below, you'll be taken to my website where you can download it. And if you'd like to buy a slightly longer ebook on being healthier, happier and fitter, you can click that link below as well. So first of all, I just want to say that I'm an Aquarius and we're often a little bit ahead of our time. So there could be some things in here that may surprise you, may shock you, may go against everything that you've been told your whole life. And this might trigger you. But I ask you to keep an open mind because I believe it to be the absolute truth, and I'm not the only person who feels this way. So, first of all, it's my wish for you that you can look after your own health, that you don't need anybody else to tell you how to be healthy, that you learn how to be healthy without having to go visit a doctor or anybody else. And sure, there will be times that you'll have to get a professional opinion, but on the whole, I want you to be able to look after your own health so that you don't have to pop along to the GP every time you have a sniffle, every time you have a cold or you don't feel great. There are other ways that we can approach this. So first of all, be your own doctor. So what does that mean exactly? Well, it's an understanding that going to see your GP is not foolproof, and often they don't have all the answers, and that the medicines that they might give you might actually make things worse rather than better. Sure, you might feel better to begin with, but that's often because the symptoms are being suppressed rather than letting the problem manifest itself, and therefore your body able to get rid of the problem. Our bodies are fabulous things. They are able to heal as long as we give them everything that they need to heal. So let's take, for example, if you've got a cold or a flu, you feel pretty crappy, you've got a sore throat, you've got a headache, you've got a bit of a fever. What a lot of people do is they run to the doctor if they don't get better after 2 or 3 days and say, help, 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 I need to get back to work, I have to get better. Whereas actually what your body needs, it needs to rest, it needs to fast, and it needs to get rid of the toxins that the cold or the flu is getting rid of. If your doctor gives you a bag of pills, as I say, you'll probably just be suppressing the symptoms. The best way is to let the detox run its course. Now, you can certainly support yourself with vitamins and minerals and things like that, and certainly prevention is better than cure in this case, but everybody will have a cold or a flu at some point during their life, and actually that's quite a good thing. It's actually really quite good that we get rid of our toxins. So having that understanding, heating up a fever, for example, of course you've got to watch children, especially, just to make sure that the fever doesn't get too high. But having a fever is actually a good thing. The body is heating itself up to get rid of the toxins. So modern medicine today is underlined by germ theory, and as the name suggests, it is just a theory. And that theory suggests that there are bacteria and viruses and other microbes flying around just waiting to make us sick. Now, the opposite to that is terrain theory. And terrain theory says that it's the condition of our bodies that makes us sick or not, regardless of any bacteria or other pathogen. So be aware that there are 2 theories there, but the theory that is taught in medical schools still to this day is germ theory. Now, Louis Pasteur was the originator of germ theory. the opposing scientist at the time, and in fact Louis Pasteur was a chemist. He wasn't even a doctor. His opposer, if you like, was a chap called Béchamp, and he was suggesting that it was terrain theory. It was the terrain of our body that decided whether we were sick or not. And in fact, Louis Pasteur's notebooks have recently come out, and it's very clear that germ theory stands on very, very shaky ground. And in fact, Louis Pasteur said on his deathbed, le terrain, le terrain. So, so germ theory really needs to be taken with a pinch of salt from its origins. So going on to number 3, understanding germ versus terrain theory. So if germ theory says that the microbes are making us sick, regardless of how healthy we are, and they're flying around, and we can breathe them in, or we can touch a door handle and we can then get sick, or we can catch a cold from somebody else. That's what germ theory says. Now, terrain theory says that you can't catch anything. Our bodies might go into detox because they need to, and that might enable someone close to us, like a family member, to then go into detox as well. It's a bit like women when we have our periods, and when we spend time with each other, they become synced up. And also, if you have a number of clocks together in a room, they will end up ticking exactly to the same rhythm. So they are in training with each other, and this is how we will pick up a detox from somebody else. It's because their body is resonating at that detox frequency, and if your body needs to detox, it's a little reminder for your body that actually, yep, I can detox, and off I go. Because if you think about, if germ theory was really correct, 100% correct, then every single person, if you were sick, every single person that you came in contact with would also get sick, because there are microbes and bacteria flying around. In fact, in the days with the Spanish flu, people tried to get sick. People they stayed in very close quarters to people that were sick. They even ingested the snot of infected patients, and they couldn't get sick. And there have been many scientific tests done where people have ingested certain bacteria and they can't get sick. Also, what is now the school of thought, which is being bandied around now about what bacteria and pathogens are, is that they are somatids, and they have a life cycle. So they might go from being a bacteria to a virus to a mold, and they might change depending on what the body needs at that particular time. Because if you think that as human beings we have 36 trillion bacteria in us, as part of us, and 30 trillion human cells, so we are more bacteria than human. So taking that into consideration, why should bacteria and other kind of pathogens necessarily be here to hurt us or create diseases in us? So number 5 is to make your own health choices. There are very many other choices out there that you can make, apart from just going to your regular general practitioner. There are naturopaths, there are traditional Chinese doctors, there are homeopaths, there's frequency healing, there's energy healing, there's herbal medicine, and sometimes a combination is required. But most of all, understanding how your body works and what you need to do on an everyday basis to keep it healthy is really the key. And that includes, you know, eating well, having enough sleep, making sure you're not stressed, making sure you've got enough rest. You know, so many things are super important to keep your health good on a day-to-day basis. So certainly prevention is better than cure. And it's your duty to look after your own health, and it's your duty to look after your family's health as well, because we really want to be truly sovereign. We don't want to be reliant on other people for everything. Number 6 is to know that your body can heal itself. As I've said before, your body wants to heal itself. And let's take an example. If you keep hitting your leg against a table, you're going to get a bruise. And if you wonder why the bruise exists, it's because you're constantly hitting your leg against the table. So think about what you're doing in your life that's creating that metaphorical bruise. But sometimes just stopping hitting your leg against the table will stop the bruise, and then the body can come in and heal. So just have a think about what problems you could be causing from your everyday life right now. So number 7 is to learn about natural health treatments and protocols. Now, in my short ebook that I've got below, I've listed out a number of things, and this includes enemas, this includes castor oil packs, this includes detox baths, lymph clearing, skin brushing, skin cleansing, fasting. It includes liver cleanses, gallbladder cleanses, meditation, includes herbs and plant medicine, saunas, water therapies, a number of self-care practices, reducing and removing chemicals, grounding, and of course getting enough sunlight. So I talk about these aspects in greater detail in my short ebook below, and I talk more about this subject in my longer ebook, which you can click the link below as well. So I hope this is helped you to spark a little bit of interest in that there are other ways. There's not only just one way. So I hope this is of interest to you. Do leave me a comment or send me an email. I'll be happy to hear from you. Have a great day.